Welcome back to Star Trek Panic. Up next is Sulu, and I think we are in trouble. Alright, so first thing we do is we need to draw up cards. Sulu only has 2 cards. He has medium range side phasers and tritanium. So he will be drawing up 3 cards. So he gets tricorder, we'll look at that in a second, time travel, and long range. So we get 2 special cards. Time travel. Look through the top 10 cards of the discard pile, choose 1 card and add it to your hand. That may get us the dilithium, possibly. Tricorder, look at the top 5 cards of the Enterprise deck, keep 1 in your hand and return the rest to the top of the deck in any order. So both of these should be good for fishing for dilithium. Okay, that was draw up cards. Now it's reveal a new mission if necessary when we don't need to. Now it is time to trade cards, and trading cards, I don't think we're going to bother trading any cards. And so I think we're just going to go ahead now and start playing cards. I think we're going to play time travel. So, we're playing time travel. We're going to take the top 10 off the discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. Those are the top 10 cards of the discard pile. And we get to look through them, and we get to add 1 to our hand. And indeed, we do have a dilithium. We're going to add that to our hand. Okay, so that was an excellent play of that one. And now we're still into maneuvering and playing cards. So I'm going to have to think about this, or we're going to come back for more card playing, more maneuvering with Sulu. Okay, so I think Sulu is in fact going to play the tricorder, which is look at the top 5 cards of the Enterprise deck, keep 1 in your hand, and return the rest to the top of the deck in any order. So we're going to take the top 5 cards, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to look at them, and we're going to keep 1 of them, another dilithium. And excellent, this is exactly what I was hoping to find. So we're going to keep the multi-range front torpedoes. Chekhov's going to be able to pull 2 cards, and so I think we're going to have Chekhov pull the dilithium and the sensor. So we're going to put those on top of the deck, because you can put the 4 back in any order. Okay, so continuing to play cards, Sulu now is going to play multi-range front photon torpedoes. That does 2 hits to anything in our front sector. And that is going to take care of the Romulan battle cruiser here. So we destroy that. That is good. And we're going to play 1 more. Sulu is also going to play long-range side phasers. And that's going to do 1 damage to anything long-range side. So we're going to hit Kor's battle cruiser for 1, knocking him down to 2 hit points for 1 more shot. And that's going to be it for playing cards. Or we're going to play the dilithium to the mission, which is then going to be able for us to complete it. So we're going to play that last card to the mission, then we're going to check the mission status. Now the question is, do we want to maneuver the Enterprise? We want to maneuver. I don't think, well, yes we are. We're going to maneuver it once to here. He can maneuver twice. We could get the starbase here if we wanted, but I think I want to let Chekhov get into the starbase, because we're going to have some more damage and things happen. Or does that matter? I'm not sure that's going to matter. We could just drive right into the starbase right now and deal with it. And no, I'm going to let Chekhov do that. So Sulu's just going to maneuver once there. So again, anything in the outer quadrants is not going to move, and everything in the front would move 1 unless it's a cloaked ship. All right, let's commit the dilithium to our mission, Doomsday Machine, and then we're going to check the mission status. All right, good news for us. So Sulu is committing the dilithium. That was the last thing we needed here for the Doomsday Machine for the mission objective. We have a engineering, we have a science, we have a command, we have tritanium, and we have now dilithium. We have completed the Doomsday Machine mission. And the reward here is do not draw any threat tokens this turn, and you may repair and or rebuild up to 2 hull sections. Well, none of the hull sections of the Enterprise are damaged, but we don't draw any threat tokens this turn, so that's good. So that's completed. And again, to cheat just a little bit once more, we have completed 3 of our 5 missions, and that's excellent. And so these, of course, would be put back into the discard pile. And that's it. Up next, of course, would be threats, move, and fire, and then after that, draw 2 new threats. But because of the Doomsday Machine, we've destroyed it. We do not draw any more threats this turn. All right, we have successfully put a disabled starship into the Doomsday Machine, blowing it up from the inside out. Gone. And with that, we could repair a damaged hull section or replace it, but our hull is completely intact, so that's not going to happen as far as the reward. But the other part of the reward is we do not draw any threats this turn. But we are now on to threats, move, and fire. And if a ship is up against a shield, it will not move through the shield, but it will still fire. And all firing is done simultaneously. So this ship just kind of bounces up against the shield, doesn't fire yet. Core's battlecruiser moves up 1. The 2 ships fire simultaneously. 2 damage onto the damaged shield, but as I had mentioned in the last episode, when you hit a shield, it doesn't matter how much damage you do, none of the damage goes past the shield into the hull. So this shield is going to take 2 hits, it's just going to destroy it, but the extra damage does not go through to the hull. So we do lose another shield. So we're down 3 shields completely gone, which is not great. And that's where we end, because we don't draw threats now on Sulu's turn because we completed the Doomsday Machine. Over now to Chekhov. It's Chekhov's turn, and Chekhov, to start off, of course, is going to be drawing cards. Well, Chekhov has 3 cards: Hypospray, medium range rear, his 2 medium range rears, and yeah, so that's what he has, and he gets to draw 2 cards. So he's going to be drawing, of course, the dilithium. We knew that because we seeded it there, and no sensor contacts. So those are going to be the 5 cards for Chekhov. Now, does he... now that we've drawn cards, now we reveal a new mission if necessary. Indeed, we are going to be revealing a new mission, so let's see what it is. It is reveal a new mission time. What do we have next? We have an alien encounter. It says, a sentient cloud of pure energy takes over the Enterprise. Well, isn't that nice? Mission parameters. So again, I'll put it down here. Hopefully it's not too glary and we'll be able to read it. Mission timer starts at 4. So we're going to put the mission timer to 4. So that's good. And it says players may not maneuver the Enterprise. Oh no! I wanted to get to the starbase. I guess that's not happening until we do the sentient, get rid of the sentient cloud. Wow. Okay, players may not maneuver the Enterprise. Instead, at the start of each player's play cards and maneuver phase, roll the die. 1 to 3 rotate the Enterprise 1 facing clockwise. 4 to 6 rotate the Enterprise 1 facing counterclockwise. So we're just going to be sitting and spinning until we can get rid of this. Well, maybe we can get rid of it right now. That would be fantastic. Okay. Players must commit 3 phaser cards, 1 engineering and 1 dilithium to complete the mission, dissipating the energy cloud. And our reward would be rotate the Enterprise to any facing of your choice and repair 1 shield section. Wow, okay, that's not exactly what I had wanted, but hey, that's what's happening. So that is our new mission revealed. So we can't maneuver the Enterprise. Instead, at the start of play cards and maneuver, we roll a die and the Enterprise sits and spins. It either goes clockwise 1 or counterclockwise. So let's go ahead and do that next, and then we're going to be playing cards, and we're going to be in the play cards and maneuver phase. Alright, and before we do that roll, we do get to trade 1 card. So Chekhov is going to trade medium range rear phasers for Sulu's card, which is the medium range side phasers. So he's going to do that trade. Now we are into the play cards and maneuver, so we're going to have to roll the die because the alien encounter The sentient cloud is in the ship messing with our navigation. And so we roll a 2. And so 1 to 3, rotate the Enterprise 1 facing clockwise. Okay, so we're going to go 1 facing clockwise. Doesn't really help us because we have the Klingons up in our grill. Okay, and that wrecks Chekhov's ability to do any damage to any ships. So yeah, we're going to have some fun this time with moving and firing. All right, so it's play cards and maneuver. Well, we can't maneuver, but he can play cards. And just so we don't get too destroyed, Chekhov's going to play no sensor contacts. Do not draw any threat tokens this turn. So Chekhov is playing that for sure. And Chekhov is also going to... oh, that was 5. Yeah. Chekhov is going to commit 3 cards to the mission. And so we're going to go over here and we're going to take a look at... He's going to commit these 3 cards to the mission. So let's go ahead and do that. He's still in play cards right now. All right, so Chekhov is going to play some cards to the mission now, or commit some cards to the mission. We need 3 phaser cards of any kind. So he's going to commit 2. So we're going to have 2 phaser cards committed, 2 of the 3. And he is going to play the dilithium as a dilithium card. So we have 2 of the 3 phaser cards and a dilithium. So all we need to complete the mission is 1 more phaser attack card and an engineering card, if we can get them from somewhere. So that's what he's doing. So he has now finished playing cards. He can't play any more cards. Well, he can, but he's not going to play his last card. Now it is check the mission status. No, we have not completed the mission, which means it ticks down on the mission timer. All right, now we get to the really fun part, which is threats, move, and fire. And this is going to get a little ugly. Okay, we are into threats, move, and fire. Well, this is where we're going to see some borders happen. And none of us have security cards, I don't think, anywhere, or do we? Yes, we do. Well, Chekhov blew it. He should have played Hypospray, which was search the discard pile for 1 security team and add it to your hand. And so, retroactively, I am going to do that because it makes sense. So, in the discard pile, Chekhov's going to find a security team, so he would have played this card. So he plays Hypospray. He adds a security team to his hand. So that is what he did. Now, the reason he did that, and the reason, I'm sort of retroing it, but that's what's going to happen, is this Klingon ship is going to move and fire. Well, they're going to move and fire simultaneously, but this one, there is no shield in front of it, so it's going to go and become borders, and borders are going to do damage to the Enterprise. Unfortunately, we have a 3 here, which means it's going to come onto the Enterprise and do 3 damage. Well, the hull section only has 2 damage potential, so that's going to destroy this hull section. So they come on the ship and blow up that particular part of the hull. There would be 1 extra damage going through, which would mean we would pull a card off the top of the draw pile of the Enterprise cards and discard it from the game. But Chekhov's going to play the security team, play any time to reduce the damage from borders by 1. So this would be 3 damage, 2 destroying the hull, 1 getting rid of a card. But Chekhov's going to play the security team to not have to discard this card. So that was 3 total damage to the hull because of borders. 2 destroys the section of the hull, but the security team prevents the other one. This, of course, Kors battlecruiser moves 1 ahead. It will fire 1 shot at the hull. Now this hull section's destroyed, so the 1 damage that's going to get applied here will come off the top of the deck. So this card is pulled off the top of the draw deck. Oh, it's a tractor beam. It is removed from the game. So another way to lose the game is if you ever need to draw cards into your hand, and there aren't any in the draw pile, you lose the game. So we've just lost our first card out of our draw deck. We do now have a destroyed hull section of the Enterprise. 3 shields completely knocked out. Not good. All right, that was threats, move, and fire. Now to make it even more exciting, yep, we have to draw... Oh, no, we don't. We do not draw more threats because Chekhov played no sensor contact, so we do not draw any threats this turn. Oh, so at least we get a bit of a breather after that major league beating we just took. All right, that's the end of Chekhov's turn. He is out of cards. Up next and last for this episode is going to be Scotty. Scotty has 2 phaser fire cards. Of course, they're both rear, which not really going to do us any good. So he gets to draw 3 cards. So he's drawing 1, 2, 3 cards, all pretty much completely useless for us. So that is just not very helpful, nor is it very helpful for... oh, hang on. I think we may be able to finish the mission. Okay, so that was reveal new mission if necessary. No, it's not. We're still in the alien encounter. Now he can trade a card, and I don't think he's going to trade a card. All we need to complete the mission now is 1 engineering card, which he has right here. See, it says or commit as an engineering card, and 1 hit card. And so he's going to commit this as an engineering card and 1 of the rear close cards to the mission. So in part of the play cards, of course, first thing we got to do, of course, because of the mission at the start right now, which is play cards and maneuver, we have to roll the die, and the Enterprise sits and spins. So we roll a 1. And if I recall correctly, a 1 to 3 is rotate the Enterprise 1 facing clockwise. So the Enterprise rotates 1 facing clockwise, which is good because now we have a shield in front of our Klingons. And now he is still in the playing cards. So let's go ahead. Scotty's going to play cards to the mission. And then right after that, we're going to check the mission status. All right, checking the mission status. All right, so we have 2 phaser cards put down. Scotty's going to make it 3. So we have 3 phaser cards. We have a dilithium, which we need. All we need now is 1 engineering card. And that's what we have right here. This alien encounter is now finished. So players commit 3 phaser cards in engineering, a dilithium, dissipating the energy cloud. So we dissipate the energy cloud. Excellent. We're going to cheat again once more. We have completed 4 of 5 missions, and the Enterprise is not destroyed yet. So this is good. Now, what's our reward? We get to rotate the Enterprise to a facing of our choice and repair 1 shield section, not replace. So we can't, or not rebuild. So repairing just gets rid of damage. Rebuilding means we replace it completely. So unfortunately, all we're going to be able to do is just face the Enterprise in the direction of our choice. So that's really what we do. However, we do now have 4 missions completed. So we're 80% of the way there to completing and winning the game, which will be about as close as I've ever come. Okay, so let's go back to the board. We're going to have our rewards, and then we're going to do the threats, move, and fire, and draw 2 new threats. All right, well, Scotty has decided to just leave the Enterprise in the orientation that it is in, because this battlecruiser is going to hit the shield anyway. Sulu gets 2 maneuvers, so he should be able to turn it and get to the starbase on his turn, unless, of course, something wonky happens. We get another mission that won't let us maneuver or something. So we really didn't get any reward from that alien encounter mission, other than the fact that we've completed 4 missions. And so now, threats, move, and fire. And the only threat on the board right now is Core's battlecruiser with 2 hit points left. It's just going to move, can't move through shields. It will do 1 damage to this shield section. So there we go. And that's it for threats, move, and fire. Unfortunately, yep, 2 more threats come out for the end of the episode. The first of the 2 we get is a Romulan bird of prey. These are really nasty because they fire at 2 shots apiece, and they have the ability to cloak. So it comes out at 1. All right, that's okay, I think. So that's threat number 1. And reaching into the bag, threat number 2. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. 2 of them. Wow, that is bad news. And it also comes out in 1. So we have 2 Romulan birds of prey coming out in Sector 1, going for our section of our ship with no shields. Ouch. Okay, I don't know what we're going to do with that. That's going to get pretty ugly. However, we do only need to complete 1 more mission and clear the board of threats to win the game. So it's possible. We got a damaged shield. We have 3 shields completely gone, a destroyed hull section. And I should mention, if you have 3 destroyed hull sections, you can't maneuver the Enterprise. So that can become an issue as well. All right, thanks so much for watching. This is Star Trek Panic with Scotty, Sulu, and Chekhov trying to complete 5 missions. We've completed 4 of 5. So join me next time for the continuation of Star Trek Panic.